Oh, you're good. And here we go. Hello, everybody. Just going to give everybody a chance to get on. And then I have just a couple things to talk about real quick before we start. So hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to jump right into just a few things I want to talk about before I start taking some calls. And I wrote it down so I can be very quick and efficient this time. First things first. So members weekend, we just had that last weekend, and usually it's every second weekend. However, this weekend coming up, see, Spirit, stop. Let me just get through this and then I will talk to you. Okay, so normally that would be the weekend of the 29th. However, I'm going to be in Edmonton that weekend, so I am also doing another members reading this weekend. And I will also be pulling the winner for the free reading, because once a month, for the members, I pull a name out of the hat. Somebody wins a free reading. This will be the third month now that we've pulled a name, so I'm really excited. So if you have a membership, and even if you don't need a reading this weekend, make sure you tune in to see if you won the free readings, and I'll make sure I let anybody know as well. I will be having an online group reading tomorrow at between 6 and 8 p.m., possibly 9 if we get 10 people. If not, then we'll keep it to the 6 to 8 p.m. 10 people max though, and it's $60 a person or $50 a person if you have a membership. That is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So if you would like to be a part of that, if you don't get through today or whatever it might be, and you want to be a part of the group reading tomorrow night, just let me know and we'll get you signed up. First come, first serve. And I even wrote it in here. Jessie, if you're watching, this poor girl, she had a reading. She was like my very first video chat reading, and I didn't know how to allow her to record the reading. So I was supposed to email it to her afterwards, and I, for the life of me, being like so technologically savvy, cannot figure out how to do it. So my son promised me that when he gets home from school today, Jesse, that he is going to take me through that. You will have it by the end of the day. You have my word. As for my website, I need to let you guys all know that you can't contact me through my work email site right now. Tracy@tracyhorsemanmedium.com is under construction. Everything was under somebody else's name when I first started, and I'm trying to get everything transferred over to my name, but I don't know how to do any of this, so I have to rely on my wonderful, amazing 15-year-old genius son, to be a technological genius son, to do this for me when he's not like got school. Okay, so that being said, that's all I needed to say, and I'm ready to go here. So let me open my phone, and here we go. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, are you calling for the free readings?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what is your first name?
Brittany.
Brittany. Okay, are you somewhere where you can put both feet flat on the floor and be calm for me for a minute?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. We're going to do a little grounding exercise. You'll have to forgive me here in the beginning. My words are a little scrambled. Spirit has been extremely overwhelming this morning.
Okay.
So we're going to do this grounding exercise. Okay, so both feet flat on the floor. I want you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay, so interesting. Give me a second here to understand this, Brittany. Okay, so interestingly enough, so there's two things going on here. Before I started today, like as I was doing my sage and my candles and my blessing and stuff like that, a lady came up to, it was very interesting how this went down. I've never had this happen before any reading, not before a normal reading or a group reading or even the live readings. But as I was lighting my candles, this lady was here talking to me, telling me that her name was Mildred or Millie, and that she had reunited with the gentleman on the other side. And she okay, so hold on, I gotta slow her down. She's not connected to you, correct?
No, I don't know anybody by that name.
Exactly. So what's going on as your loved ones are trying to step forward is this lady is like barging through and she's like, wait, before we can even get focused on your energy, because I feel like whoever this lady is for, her loved ones are not getting through today. So I just have to say this before I can even get to your loved ones. I have to deal with her because she's like, I want to, if we were in the physical world or here in the physical world, we might say she's being rude, but Spirit has their own agenda for the reason why they are doing things. Whoever is connected to this Mildred, they need to know she's safe and at peace on the other side, and that she's reconnected with the gentleman. I feel like this is a father figure, so I don't know if this would be her husband or her father. But let me just say that for whoever that is out there, and that they've attended this event. There's some big celebration they've just attended in spirit. So now that I've said that, she's going to let me pull her energy back and I can get to yours. So forgive me for that. Can we do this grounding exercise again? Because when you did it, it was clouded with her energy. She was like standing in front going, no, you have to say this before we start.
Okay.
I've never had that before. Okay, let's do this again. So you do the deep breath again, starting at the big toe, and then I'll give me a minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so much better. Okay, so I have two things going on. First of all, I have there is a mother figure or a lady figure that takes me to the head and snaps her fingers. So slow this down. So you've got quite a bit of energy going on here, actually. There's a gentleman that steps forward. He's holding the soul of a child. So I'm not sure what that's about yet, if you lost a child or if there is a child coming to you. I'm just going to throw this all out at you, and then we'll go back and figure out what it means afterwards. There's also somebody that comes through to the side with white lighters around them. So that's usually my white lighters are beings of pure white light on the other side that typically surround somebody who either took their own life, takes responsibility for their passing, or whose passing was sudden, unexpected, or tragic, in the sense that there would be a lot of healing either needed for the soul that passed or the people that are left behind. That person definitely, okay, so they're all talking at once, so give me a second because I can't slow this down, guys. So the gentleman figure that steps forward, I keep hearing Daddy's hands. I'm going to start with him. He's been the quietest, and I think that's why I'm going to start with him. But he's holding the soul of the child, so that's the other reason I want to start with him. So Daddy's hands I hear usually when it's a father figure or somebody on Dad's side of the family that passed away. He shows me my symbol for space or distance, which either means he's been on the other side for quite some time, or it feels like forever, or that there was some space or some distance before he passed. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Who is this to you?
He was like my dad, and my son did pass away, so that's where the child thing is coming from.
There we go. Because he steps forward with the child, and he needs you to know that this child is safe and at peace on the other side. But he makes me feel like there's relief there. Hold on. Did the child pass before him?
Yes.
That's why I'm feeling the relief, because when he reunites with the child, I feel this relief, which if he was already on the other side, I wouldn't feel so much relief for the child getting there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me.
It gave me goosebumps.
Sorry. He's like, he's telling me that they're celebrating birthdays on that side. Did your son just have a birthday that just passed or is coming up, or would it have been the anniversary or birthday? Something connected to him?
My son's passing anniversary was in July, and my birthday is coming up next month.
There we go. Because he's like talking about celebrating the birthday. Okay, so so your son, interesting. That's why. Remember, I said earlier there was somebody whose life was cut very short, who had white lighters surrounding them all over.
Yeah.
That's who. He's the one with the white lighters. Not so much from him, because I feel instant peace when he's on the other side, but around you, because he's snapping his fingers and he's making me feel like this was sudden or unexpected. Like, this was not like a miscarriage or something like that, correct? This child was like alive, because I don't know how to explain this. I know that sounds horrible. Hold on a second. He just keeps showing me that this was nobody's fault. I don't know what he means by that. He's like, it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault.
Yeah, we're not sure yet what happened. It's been 2 years.
I keep seeing my symbol for accident, and he keeps showing me that he's putting white lighters all around the situation, that there's a lot of healing that's been trying to happen, and there's something about it. He's just telling me that you're not going to feel like you've gotten that healing till you get that closure.
Yeah.
But it's not done, right? There's stuff still going on, because that doesn't feel closed to me. See, if it was something you needed to like get past and move on, and it was like we're never going to see justice or we're never going to get answers, then Spirit would kind of show me that in that way. But that's not how he's showing me this here. He's like making me feel like he shows it to me. How do I explain that? Like little bits of information, little tiny drips and drabs. Like if it was spitting rain, do you know what I mean? Like just little tiny pieces of information that we keep getting, like updates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there an investigation going on?
Yes, there is.
Because he keeps skipping me ahead too, and I don't know if he means 2 months, 2 years, but he keeps skipping me ahead too and showing me the thumbs up, and I feel relief that this is going to, okay. We're definitely going to get some justice, because see, here's the thing. Spirit is very forgiving on the other side. And while they can see somebody's intentions was not to harm, that doesn't mean that somebody isn't accountable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So while something may be an accident, doesn't mean that it's somebody's not accountable. And I feel like somebody needs to be accountable for this, and that has been scapegoated so far. But the thing about it is that this child gave his life to save other children from the same fate. The justice is coming.
Yeah, we donated his organs and saved 3 other children.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, that gave me goosebumps. Because when you said that, even, he's like, exactly. He meant that in more ways than even I knew when I said that. But did you meet these people? Because he's showing me the reuniting and the gratitude around these people coming together. So there feels like more justice than just, I don't know how to explain that. Like, did you meet one of the recipients of his organs?
No, not yet.
But you're going to?
Hopefully it's up to them. If they decide they want to meet me, then they will.
Your son's showing me that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Somebody got his heart?
Yep.
Because he's showing me you listening to his heart beating. So what he does is he shows me you and Dad, and then I see the hands coming together and going apart and coming together and going apart. And I just feel like then he shows me the white blanket around both your shoulders, which the white blanket is my symbol for somebody who's watching over someone who has health or stress issues. Did you and this child's father separate after your son passed?
We were separated before, and then we got back together and separated again after.
Okay, because that would be what this means, the together apart, together apart. So you're together now?
No, we're apart.
Yeah. Because he's taking the white blanket and putting it around both your shoulders and just letting you know that he's giving you that support on the other side. And it's interesting because he's like, I don't know if you feel guilty for that when you think about him. I don't know how to explain that, but he's talking about he doesn't want anyone to feel guilty about, it's like you guys are better off apart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slow that down. So the interesting thing about that is he's talking about that you guys are better off apart, but he's acknowledging that there's been a beginning of healing there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been getting along more than we did before.
He's thankful for that. He needs you guys to know that he knows about that on the other side. Because I don't know you other than your name's Brittany and you're a voice on the phone. And he's talking about how you guys have been together and apart and together and apart. And that he's just very supportive of that on the other side. Because he's talking about you taking care of you now.
Yeah.
So he's like, also he walked over to the lady that's over there. Remember I said there's a lady on the other side who takes me to the head?
Yeah.
So I feel like this would be like his great-grandmother. Is your mom's mom on the other side?
No, she's still here.
Do you know if her mom would connect to the head? So I guess this would be your great-grandmother. Do you know how she would connect to the head? Would there have been Alzheimer's, dementia, something like that with her?
There could have been. She was 101 years old, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because she's very strongly on that side. Slow this down. She's watching over Grandma right now, but she's showing me distance or space. Does Grandma live some distance away from you?
About 3 hours. I'm in Edmonton, there in Calgary.
And are you planning to come and see her soon?
Yeah, I come every couple weeks.
Because she's showing me riding down here with you and my symbol for gratitude for spending that time with Grandma. But your grandfather is on the other side, correct? Because a gentleman just stepped forward with flowers that he presented for her. That feels very, like, romantic. Feels.
Oh, my grandpa's still here.
Interesting. So
that would have been his mom's mom. That would have been my great grandma. But he's still here.
there is a gentleman that steps forward with flowers for your grandmother. In a way, was she married before your grandfather? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
There is a gentleman on the other side that makes me feel like he knew her a very long time ago and that he loved her very much. Because he steps forward very chivalrously and romantically.
Yeah, my great-grandfather passed away. Like, I didn't even meet him. He was gone a long time ago.
See, this is definitely a distinction because your great-grandmother is not bringing forward her husband. She's bringing forward the gentleman underneath of her for your grandmother.
Maybe my uncle who passed away, maybe?
Were him and your that would be your great-uncle then, wouldn't it?
No, that would just be my uncle.
No, that's not where we are. I'm telling you, this is for your grandmother. All I can say, I don't know how to explain it, and maybe you can't validate it right at this moment. I'm hoping maybe, I don't know how your grandmother feels about this, or if you can even let her see this, but there is a gentleman who is talking about loving your grandmother very much. and being on the other side and bringing her flowers. Like, this is not mistakable. It's not like a sibling or parental love. You don't bring flowers and chocolates. It's like a Valentine kind of way he's approaching her. Do you know what I mean? Slow this down. And it's interesting because he doesn't care that you don't know who he is because she'll know, and that's all he cares.
Yeah.
He's thanking you, but stepping back. So great grandma now, she's also, okay, she's talking about the breathing. Why am I seeing, okay, who's in the walker? This is starting to get confusing because she's going very fast. I don't know if she's talking about her, or did you know your great grandmother, I have to say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why she's coming through like this. I'm like, she doesn't know who you are. She's like, she better. Was it her that was in the walker, or is this your grandma now? Because she's showing me the walker, and I'm seeing a little spitfire, like somebody who is not going to let this limited mobility get her down.
My great grandma had limited mobility as she got older, but my grandma's getting to that point where she's using canes and stuff now, but
that's where we are. That's exactly what her mom is talking about, that she's a little spitfire and she does not want to slow down.
No.
She's very proudly saying she gets that from her.
Oh, probably.
So she just kissed your cheek. She's pulling her energy back, but she wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that she's really proud of you, because whatever you're doing to move forward, she says that this is like a huge step for you. It's not even what you're doing, it's the fact that you're moving forward. She shows me the darkness behind you, which is my symbol for challenge or extreme, like something we've had to go through to overcome. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that you're starting to choose to walk out of that. That doesn't mean that you're completely out of that pain yet. It means that you're choosing to try to get out of the pain. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I just messed up my computer here somehow. Because, slow this down. It's interesting the way she's saying this, because as a lot of you guys know, I just went through a really, really tremendously hard week. And it's easy, I gotta say, to sit back and be angry and feel sorry for ourselves when we're justified, when we've been rightly wronged. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we've really done nothing to deserve what's happened, it's easy to sit there and be angry and just get angry at God when losses, losing people in our lives, like different tragedies that happen. It's challenging to force ourselves to see the bigger picture and to not let ourselves get depressed, not let ourselves stay in that frame of mind. So what she's doing right now is acknowledging that you've gotten to that point where it's almost like you hear yourself whining. And even though you might have a good reason to whine, even if you've been walking 20 miles with bare feet, you might have a good reason to whine. It's like you finally said, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to stop whining. I'm just going to dig my way out of this, and that's it. No more.
Yeah.
She's like talking about how proud she is of you. And she's like, you know what? Things are just going to start happening so quick now. Are you moving coming up? Because she's showing me the move around you, so, and the change around you. So I don't know if this is actually physical home or work, but she's showing me that everything is going to be different within the next year.
I just moved into this place a couple of weeks ago, and I just found out at work that I'm going to be getting a big raise because my class 3 license, so that could be where it's coming from.
Yeah, because that leads, it's baby steps, right? Those little changes now, by this time next year, your life is going to look so much different than it does now. She's so extremely happy for you. And she's, oh, so you're single right now?
Yeah.
Because she's talking about that. And by then you're going to, that beautiful smile is what's going to reel him in, is what she said. Because you forgot to smile for a while and you're starting to find your smile. And the way your great grandma says it is that it's absolutely irresistible. And then as they pull their energy back, that father figure gentleman is there as well. He like kissed your cheek, and he definitely still has the soul of the child, and he's letting you know that he's working on that on the other side. And they're definitely pulling their energy back. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, it was. Thanks, Tracy.
You're very welcome. You have a great day.
You as well.
Okay, bye-bye. Interesting. Sorry, guys, about that whole Mildred thing. I don't know who she is. I can still feel her around. She's like adamant that her loved ones might not get through, but darn you, she's getting her message through. And I think there's a native connection because she keeps showing me the white feather. That either means she sent somebody a sign with a feather or there's a native connection. But okay, Mildred, go. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Are you calling for the
Hi.
free readings?
I am.
Awesome. What's your first name?
It's Samantha.
Okay. So I'd like to start with a little grounding exercise, if you don't mind. Are you somewhere where you can put your feet on the floor and do a breathing exercise?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I'm all situated.
Awesome. So we're going to take a deep breath, but picture it starting at your big toe. Slowly bring it all the way up through your body and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus. Interesting. Okay, give me a second here. So, okay, so I've got a couple of things. Right away, I've got two individuals that come forward that they kind of come forward to the side. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know what this means. Hold on. I think they're siblings. See, here's what's going on is they're coming through together and they're talking at the same time, and it's overwhelming me, so I can't figure out what each of them are saying. And there's somebody coming in over here, so I'm going to do what I do often in the beginning is I'm just going to throw all this out, and then we'll go figure out what it means after, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so these two that come forward, I see them holding hands, but I don't think that they were married here in the physical world. I don't even know if they knew each other in the physical world. They may have, but they feel more like friends or siblings. They could have even been siblings themselves. I keep hearing brother, 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 brother. So I don't know if this is the female that's trying to let you know she reunited with her brother. I'm not sure what that's about yet. There's a gentleman over here. I'm hearing daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or somebody on dad's side. And there's also two women that let me know that they're from mom's side, or on mom's side of the family. So all that being said, I'm not sure where to start. Give me a second. I think I want to go to these two people that I'm having trouble understanding their energy. The way they're coming through is a little bit different. They come through holding hands, but I can definitely feel that their souls are not like old. Like they definitely didn't live to like 80 or 90. They're past before we would think of as their time. And I almost want to say that they're siblings. And I'm hearing daddy's hands again. So maybe, okay, so do you have a father figure on the other side that passed? Who's the father figure for you, I should say? Not do you have, I can tell you do. There's either dad, grandpa, uncle.
The only one that I have on dad, like for dad, is my grandpa.
Okay, hold that right there. I see. Okay, so... And that would be your father's father?
Yeah.
But then who is the lady that your father lost that is close to your father? Did you lose an aunt?
I haven't, but my grandma passed away 2 years ago.
Interesting. Was your grandfather and your grandmother separated here in the physical world?
Well, he died when I was fairly young, and she literally just passed away 2 years ago, so there was a big gap where she was still alive and he was passed away.
Okay, because the way they come through doesn't, like they're holding hands. So usually that means married in the physical world. But the way that they're coming through, and I can feel that separation between them, made me think that maybe they weren't married, even though they're telling me to the side, that they were to the side of each other. So just the way they came through confused me, so forgive me.
Okay. That's okay.
They're definitely together on the other side. And it's interesting because she's like, okay, slow down. So interestingly, she takes me to the head right away, and I feel that sense of confusion, but in a funny way. Like, she makes me feel like I should laugh at this. So I don't know if she had a bit of dementia or Alzheimer's towards the end, because I just feel that confusion, but humorously. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she was extremely funny, but the dementia, I think she passed away of like old age.
Okay.
So like maybe there was a bit of dementia, but
all I know is she takes me to the head and she talks about how funny she is. Slow this down.
Oh,
well,
she's
like,
super funny.
How much humor. She's like so humorous, and she's taking me to the head. Slow this down. See, I always try to translate it the way that things normally mean. And sometimes I hear myself say stuff afterwards, and it's just really simple. She takes me to the head and talks about how humorous she was, like how funny she was. That absolutely makes sense to you. And she's taken me to the end of her life talking about her head. Now, 9 times out of 10, that means like aneurysm, stroke, something like that. But in this case, I think what she's saying is that she was that way right up until the end of her life.
Yeah, she was.
And you said she just passed like 2 years ago?
Yeah, just about 3 years ago.
And then, but somebody had a baby since she passed, because she's acknowledging the birth of a child since she's been on the other side. And I'm seeing pregnant belly. So if this baby wasn't born, then this baby is coming soon, because she's getting very excited about this child coming into the family. Who's trying to have a baby, or do you have a little boy?
I don't have any kids.
Have you been trying or something? As soon as you say I don't have any yet, I can feel this enormous excitement around you. She's showing me new beginnings. She's showing me like wedding bells and children, and what is she? And school, the graduation cap. So I don't know how old you are. Slow this down.
I just graduated college.
Okay. So that explains the graduation cap. Are you single right now?
No, I've been with my guy for 7 years.
That's why I'm seeing this, because she's coming through exactly like a typical grandma. She's showing me wedding bells and babies, and then she's showing me the push, 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 like, come on, let's go, let's go. But I feel like there's been talk, like finally we've been talking about this, finally.
Yeah, we have been talking about marriage and stuff like that, but
that's her way of validating that she knows that you've been discussing this on the other side, since she's been on the other side. Because it feels like something that wasn't really discussed before she passed away.
No, he just started talking about it. He's like Casper the ghost. If you mention something, he just turns pale.
But she just showed me my sign for good man. She's making me feel like he's very protective of you in a way, and that she feels safe with him in your life because of how protective he is.
Yeah, he is.
It's interesting. Spirit comes through and says things about spouses a lot, but I think that's the first time I've ever had a spirit say that somebody's protective. Was there a situation or something that just happened that he had to protect you from? The way that she's saying that just makes me feel like she's very grateful that he's been this person in your life. Like she's talking about something specifically without betraying your privacy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there was an incident where he had to step in and protect me from a certain person.
So, and this was after your grandmother passed, correct?
Yeah.
So please know that she was there for that, and she's extremely proud of him. And she's thanking him for being that person in your life. She just wants you to know that she is not going to miss a single moment that's coming up for you. That she was there when you graduated. She will be there for your wedding, and she will be there for every single child that you have to watch you become a mother and embrace your life moving forward. I hope that helps.
It did.
You have a great day, hon.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know what? You know what I just did? That poor girl. There's some more relatives over here that were like, hello, where was our turn? You didn't get to us. You know why? Because I can feel so many people trying to come through. Okay. Hopefully that was enough anyway. I wish I had like an hour for everybody. Okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Are you calling for the free readings?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. What is your first name?
Sharon.
Sharon. Okay. We're going to start with a little grounding exercise. And interesting. You have a lot of people on the other side, Sharon. I just heard like a bunch of people cheer. I just heard them go, woo, we did it! Like,
Great.
Have you been trying to get through for a while?
Yes.
There we go. They're like very happy that they got you through today. This is interesting.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. So if I can get you to put both feet flat on the floor for a minute.
Yes.
I want you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly bringing it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus. Okay. I got it. Okay, sorry. What was your first name again?
Sharon.
Sharon. I got to tell you, Sharon, I can kind of get a feeling on people's souls when they step forward. Like, I don't know how to explain that. You just kind of get a read on what kind of people they were. And your family just, I feel like as soon as they step forward, I don't know how to describe it, but I just want them to adopt me. Like, they just feel like they're such loving, funny, open, I don't know how to explain it. Just the humor that comes off of these people, they haven't really said much yet. I can't decipher who's here yet, but the humor is the first thing that steps forward. Does that make sense to you?
Who?
Pardon me?
Pardon? What did you just say?
I said a lot. Which part did you not hear?
Somebody step forward.
Your whole family is stepping forward. Nobody is isolating just one person yet. They all step forward as a group, but they step forward with a great deal of humor. They make me feel like there is a lot of love and a lot of humor in that family on the other side. Do you understand that with your family?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, so hold on. So first and foremost, I have a couple that, okay, I'm going to throw a lot of this out at you, and then we'll figure out what it means after, okay?
Okay.
Because there's a couple that steps forward that come forward hand in hand. This is my symbol usually that they were married here in the physical world, although they're showing me space or distance between the two. So I almost want to think that maybe it was a long time that they were separated, or they were separated before they passed. I'm not sure how that relates, or that one died a long time before the other one. But they're coming through hand in hand. It definitely feels like parents or grandparents, but I would want to say parents. Are both your parents on the other side, hon?
No.
So this would, one of your sets of grandparents are both on the other side though, correct?
Both sets.
Okay. Slow this down. They're like the funny ones. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing like, slow this down. Somebody comes from a line of fishermen or fishing or something to do with the water. Slow this down. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what's going on. I have these two people coming forward that were married here in the physical world that take me above you. I think I want to go on mom's side. I'm also smelling fish and feeling the water. So somebody's taking me close to, I'm not sure which part of the country you're calling from, but I want to say East Coast possibly. And then there's a snap of the fingers. So I think this is the gentleman that's taking me to the chest and the breathing. And the snapping of the fingers is my symbol for somebody who passes sudden or unexpectedly. Or just we didn't get much time to say goodbye.
Yes.
Who is this gentleman to you? Is this your grandfather?
My grandfather.
Do you understand how he relates to the water or the fish smell?
We live in Newfoundland.
Thank you. Okay. He said, you know what he said? He said, that's why we're so funny. The humor is in our genes, but so is the music. He's playing a lot of music. Slow this down. I don't even know how to explain what I'm seeing. I feel like I'm going back quite some time. And I know this sounds like maybe even cliche, but I'm seeing like somebody playing the banjo or the guitar or something in the house and a bunch of people around listening. I don't know what he's talking about. He's taking me way back though. You got to understand that this is not current day clothes that I'm seeing. Like I'm thinking like, I'm not sure when your grandparents were alive, but I'm thinking like 30s, 40s maybe. See, this is the disadvantage I have of not being able to like even see a picture of you or get an idea how old you are or anything like that. I only can be able to go in on what's in my head. Would your grandparents' era have been around the 30s and 40s? Would that make sense for you?
Yes. No, yeah, around 40s, I guess.
Okay, so I'm not sure why he's bringing me that image, but as soon as you validate it, he kind of lets it go. Okay, so back to what they were showing me in the beginning, the distance or the space between the two of them. They have definitely reunited on the other side. Did your grandpa pass away sometime before his wife or vice versa? Because they're putting that distance or that space between them, which usually means at least 10 years between their passings.
Oh, about 30 years.
There we go. Because they've definitely reunited on the other side. But he's very grateful. So did he pass a long time before her?
Yes.
He's very grateful for the way that everybody took care of her. She's coming forward. Okay, so you definitely had more of a bond with her than you did with him, correct?
Yes, I did.
Because she comes forward very nurturing, very like grandma gushy. She's serving dinner. She's cooking and she's cleaning and hold on. Like very traditional. I know it sounds cliche, but that's what they're showing me, right? She's showing me like cooking and cleaning, and I feel like she was definitely a grandma that stayed in the home. Slow this down. But I don't know why she's specifically showing me serving this food. Was there just some big family dinner or something that just took place?
Not that I can think of.
Was she like famous for dinners? I don't know what she's showing me here, Sharon. And this is where I need help validating, because all I know is she's showing me like serving people and cooking, and that then the emotion around it is that this is my happy place. And yes. Gratitude, and just so much gratitude that everybody's coming to me. It's like there's a feeling of at the end of my life, everybody let me cook for them and they came to me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So is your mom still here in the physical world? Because this would be mom's mom?
Yes, it is.
Because she just showed me the white blanket around mom's shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody here in the physical world that has health or stress issues.
Yes.
She's showing me the move of the house, or the move connected with mom. Does that make sense? Did you just move her?
No.
What is she talking about? She shows me the house, my symbol for house, which usually either means renovations or moving. Then
renovations.
Okay, so she's doing renovations to the home right now?
It's done now.
I see, that's where the gratitude, because she's showing me gratitude and the house, gratitude and the house. And I'm like, okay. She says it smells better. Did you guys paint?
No.
I don't know what she means by it smells better. The way she made me feel was almost like if somebody had been painting and now I can finally walk in my house because I couldn't stand the smell for a while. But there's something like, oh, it smells better in here now.
Well, the house is redone, new windows. And
it's just a unique, weird thing that Spirit would say. Like, if somebody renovates, it's usually not the smell that their Spirit's talking about, right?
Right.
So it seems very specific, but she's literally walking through your mom's house and taking deep breaths and talking about how fresh and clean it smells in here.
Okay.
There's just this huge sense of gratitude for letting you guys know how much she appreciates everything that you guys have done for your mom. And that I hate it when Spirit puts me in this position. If you can hear me floundering, that's why, because I'm trying not to say what she wants me to say. Basically, she's taking me towards the end of mom's life and letting you know that, yes, I feel like she is approaching the end of her time here in the physical world. Now, that doesn't mean that she is going to pass away tomorrow. I don't feel that, okay?
Okay.
She's definitely making me feel like she still has some time here. But the way she's putting this is more like she's very appreciative of the time that you're spending with mom because you know that you're not going to get this time back. It's like, you know that song, I don't know if you listen to country or not, but there's a country song by Scotty McCreery, I think, 5 More Minutes.
Okay.
She's like showing me the appreciation around mom about spending this last time with her before she goes. Is your mom like in her late 80s?
70s.
Okay, so she just showed me late 80s, don't freak the girl out. Like she's still got like another 10 years, but talking about appreciating each and every moment that she has here in the physical world.
Okay.
You have the young person on the other side as well. Grandma's pulling her energy back, but this young person steps forward and they're definitely taking responsibility for their passing. That either means suicide or that they just feel responsible in some way, shape, or form. Hold on. So when someone takes responsibility, it doesn't always mean that they committed suicide. It can mean accidental overdose. It can mean like I fell asleep at the wheel. It just means that I take responsibility for where I was when I passed. But they're definitely taking me to the side of you. Who is the person that passed either by suicide or taking responsibility for their own passing?
My uncle.
Because was he funny?
Yes.
Because what he did is he stepped forward very humorously again, and he's like, look at me, you can't tell, can you? You can't tell. And I'm like, tell what? And then he takes me to the head, and he's like, that I was a little sick in the head. And that's kind of, when they show me sick in the head, that's the symbol that people who taken their own life or that lived a life of behaviors that ended up taking their life. Kind of, that's what they usually represent, was just that they were unhealthy brain-wise. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But he's like, nobody knew. Nobody knew. Like, I feel like this was such a shock to everybody. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And because the way he does it is he's like, haha, suckers, I'm on the other side. Almost like, you guys said I wouldn't make it here, but I'm here. Slow this down. There's definitely a regret in the way that he passed. He's definitely, I don't feel like he's regretful that he's on the other side. I feel like he's regretful for the manner upon which he did it. I don't know if he left some guilt here with somebody, is how the way he makes me feel. Like, almost like, I don't know if he had broken up with somebody, or like somebody blaming themselves for his passing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because that's why he stepped forward so clearly, letting me know that he takes responsibility for his passing. He's pulling his energy back. I hope that was helpful.
It was.
Okay. I'm trying to pull the energy back. They're not really letting me. There's one more thing he wants to bring forward before he'll let me pull this back. What is this? Hold on. Did you lose a dog recently?
No.
I'm definitely got a barking dog coming through. It's not a cat. I can hear barking. Do you know somebody that lost the dog that was very important to them?
I lost a dog a few years ago.
That was extremely close to you?
Yes.
That's why. He's being very clear to bring the dog forward and let you know the dog's safe and at peace on the other side. There's a lot of relief with this dog. Oh my gosh, I can feel the love there. Hold on. That's why your uncle is not going to let me say goodbye until he let you know that he's got, is it a she?
He.
Well, he wasn't going to let me know or let me go until you know that he's there. He's still with you, but do you not have another dog?
No, I don't.
Because he's like talking about how you need to get another dog. But you must have had him put down, correct?
Yes.
Because he's thanking you for ending that pain. I just feel like everything hurts. Every time I try to move, it hurts. Does that make sense?
No.
Before your dog passed away, was he in some pain?
No.
Because he's making me feel like the shoulders or the limbs, like I can't move the way that I want to move. Why did you have your dog put down?
He was aggressive and he bit someone.
Oh, interesting. Interesting the way this is coming through, because he's just, see, the way he brought that up was thanking you. I'm going back through these symbols. Hold on. He's showing me the gratitude symbol. I feel like because he's not in any pain anymore. Hold on. Interesting. Did he just turn aggressive out of nowhere?
He was protective.
Ah. And when he bit somebody, did they like quarantine him for a while?
No.
Because I don't know what this is. He's talking about a pain at the end of his life. Like, I feel a gratitude for putting me out of my misery. And I don't know how to explain that. If he was a perfectly healthy dog that, like, I guess it's because I'm trying to put it into my context, in a human context of, like, if somebody took my life because I bit someone, I'd be pissed off. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
The dog's not coming through that way. He's coming through very understanding and very, you know, like, I'm at rest and I'm at peace. And he definitely makes me feel like if this isn't pain, that this is some type of uncomfortableness before he passed, and that his soul is at peace now. It's the only way I can phrase that.
Okay.
I hope that was helpful anyway.
It was.
All right. You have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to let that be for there. It is 1 o'clock. If I had time to do another one, I absolutely would, but I have a little girl's birthday cupcakes that I have to make before 3 o'clock and pick up my other kids here. So I'm going to let you guys go with that. That was still interesting. That's going to be going over my head for a while. I think that's the first situation that I've had like an animal come through that had been put away or put down in that kind of situation, and to feel the gratitude. I guess my brain's trying to wrap around that. But you know what? I guess the message in that is that, and it kind of makes sense actually, is that when we are feeling aggressive and not at our best in our world, it usually is not a good feeling, right? It's not like we're running around happy. So remember, if you run across somebody who's really mean and really nasty, remember that inside they're not feeling very good and they're hurting. And I'm not saying go put them down and they'll be thankful like the dog. Don't do that. Trust me, don't do that. I'm not saying that. Oh God, help me. But I'm saying be nice to people that are mean, because usually it means that they need it the most. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here and for helping me to help you, give me another focus besides what's going on in my life. I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. If you didn't get a reading today, but you'd still like one, join me tomorrow. Let me know, and you can sign up for the online group reading. And everybody else, I will see you again next Tuesday. And members, this Saturday, not next Saturday, this Saturday. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.